Hello everyone and welcome back to Brutal Truth. Before we get started, I would just like to take the time to say thank you. I was watching Ryan Williams' newest video and I saw that a couple of you had posted a link to my video in his comment section, and I cannot explain to you how much that means to me. I made that video for no other reason other than Ryan deserves the credit and he deserves to be at Xgames. And when I started making these things, I thought it would be nothing more than something for my friends to watch and laugh at. But seeing as you guys have accepted me and started liking and sharing things, and just the amount of support that I've received with only a handful of subscribers and only one video up so far, is just absolutely amazing, and I cannot thank you enough. So if you guys have any suggestions for topics that I should talk about in the future, or just ideas in general, please feel free to leave those in the comment section, and just know that I'm watching too, and that I really appreciate you. Alright, enough with the sappy stuff. Let's move on with the video. Today I will be telling you my top 5 reasons why scooters deserve just as much respect as skateboarding, and why it should be recognized by the X Games and many other companies and events within action sports today. Number 5. The only people that hate scooters in the first place are a very small minority of the skateboarding community. Most skaters don't really care, and they seem to be out there just for the love of action sports, just like the rest of us, but there are always those few that just can't seem to get over it. And one of those few that has made it very clear he hates scootering is a man that refers to himself as Black Ninja, even though he is clearly as white as a sheet of notebook paper. He refers to scootering as gay and believes that all scooters should just be banned from skate parks in general.
Do you hate scooter riders? Do you think scooters should be banned from all skate parks? Nay, all places on Earth?
Yeah!
But as Scooter Brad has already pointed out, quite honestly, I'm not sure that he does hate scootering. I think it might be a secret obsession of his that he just can't come to terms with.
Yep, I'm gay now.
Because he's made a lot of scootering videos. And I mean a lot. And the funny part is that they seem to get a lot more views than his skateboarding videos. Or maybe he's just jealous that he's been on the internet for like 6 years and has just now broken over 200,000 subscribers. Ryan Williams got that like in the first month of vlogging. Hopefully you all can see the immaturity in this. And I mean, does anyone really want to be like this guy? Scootering is just a new sport that has burst onto the scene, and if no one else will say it, I will. There is no reason for us to hate this, and I also have a little secret, and it's that I used to be a skateboarder. And I wasn't half bad for your average little grom, if I do say so myself. I grew up in a military town with people from all around the world, and not once have I ever heard a skater complain about a scooter rider, or just hate them for no reason. I think this is a trait among very few people, and that we should just understand that we are the majority and that they are the minority, and just ignore it. Scootering could very well be the sport of the future, and when it really comes down to it, can't we all just get along?
Skateboarding is sick, and scooter riding is sick. Let's just make babies.
No! Reason number 4. The progression the sport has made. Did you know that it took 50 years of skateboarding before someone finally landed a 900? I am in my mid-20s, and I remember when scootering wasn't even a thing. Yet somehow since its birth, it has developed its own set of tricks, its own marketplace, and its own set of professional athletes. Some would argue that the learning curve on a scooter versus the learning curve on a skateboard are very different, and that skateboarding is extremely harder. Being a former skateboarder, I can almost agree with that to some extent, but only in the beginning, because once you get past the basic tricks on a scooter, it becomes very technical. Like, bro, does this look easy to you?
Yo!
Yeah, that's what I thought. Besides, the tricks that can be done on a skateboard have been figured out for a long time now, and it's extremely rare to see someone doing something new on a skateboard nowadays. But on the other hand, I can make the argument that scootering has just now scratched the surface of what is possible. And not only can they do tricks that they invent, but they can borrow from other sports such as BMX and motocross. Ryan Williams does this all the time, and not too long ago did the first ruler flip on a scooter. So when you really get to thinking about it, the tricks that can be done on a scooter are practically limitless. And I, for one, cannot wait to see what happens next. Reason number 3. This is a simple one, but I think it really counts, and that is the rising popularity. In America, I don't believe that scootering's quite at the level of skateboarding, but one can make the argument that this is the only country where that is so. In any other place in the world, scootering seems to be way more popular than skateboarding and catching on like wildfire. And with people like Ryan Williams and Scooter Brad out there pushing it, I don't see it going anywhere else but up. Which brings us right into our next point, reason number 2, the pros. With people like Ryan Williams, Dakota Schutz, Dylan Morrison, Max Peters, and Brandon James out there, the level of talent within scooter riding is absolutely undeniable. If you can watch these people ride a scooter and tell me that it's easy, then I just have no words for you. And yes, I understand that these people have sponsors, but I don't understand why they're not being picked up by big companies. I don't understand why they're not being advertised more. I don't understand why they're not on TV, and I definitely don't understand why they haven't been invited to the X Games yet. In my personal opinion, as far as big name companies and action sports today go, I just really feel like they're dropping the ball on this whole scooter thing. Which leads us into our final point. Reason number 1, a brand new audience. Scootering is captivating a generation and has even been called the action sport of the millennial. This is something that's happening whether you like it or not, and I really believe that these big name companies should get on board with it before it's too late. Scootering already has a world finals competition, and I believe that if the X Games and these other big name companies don't get behind it soon, some millionaire will come out of nowhere, put money into it, and scootering will take off and do its own thing regardless. This is the future. Things change, and you just can't be afraid of that. And sometimes they change for the better. Scootering is obviously here to stay, so I believe that everyone either needs to leave it alone or hop on board. So if you haven't given it a shot yet, why not give it a try? You might like it. And maybe one day we'll get to the X Games. Maybe once they see what Ryan Williams is capable of, they'll have a change of heart. But at this point, we can only hope. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please like, share, subscribe, and join the notification squad. And as always, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell everyone you know that here at Brutal Truth, you'll get the opinions you won't hear anywhere else.